Peace and grace over your heart. Beloved soul of God, you are not here by mistake. This message is not a coincidence. You've been led here because heaven has something urgent to show you, not to scare you, but to prepare you. Your union has already been approved. God has signed it in glory. Heaven knows their name. Heaven knows your name. But the angels are saying, not yet. Not until this happens, before we go deeper. If you feel a weight lifting or a flame igniting in your belly, type I receive in the comments. Right now, like this message to expand the reach of this confirmation and bless this word with a super thanks. If your spirit is already quickened, because this is your sign. They are your person. They are chosen. This union is holy, but heaven has put a divine pause in place. Not because you're wrong, not because they're evil, not because love isn't real, but because heaven protects what it creates. And God is saying, I'm not letting this launch until it's rooted. You prayed for real love. You cried for covenant. You asked for alignment, and now God's saying, I heard you, I answered. But there's one more thing. Song of Songs 2:7 says, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Some things can't be rushed. Some unions can't be forced. Some hearts need more time to be purified before they can carry something this holy. Your union has been approved, but not released, because there's still a test unfolding. Here's what angels are showing. You're almost there, but something must break. Something must shift. Something must be surrendered, not just in them, but in you. Yes, you've done the work. You've grown, you've healed. You've separated from toxic patterns, but there is still one door left open. One belief not yet uprooted, one fear still lingering in the corner of your soul. And angels say, this is what heaven is waiting on. Because if this union launched now, before the fear is broken, before the lie is uprooted, before the heart is fully available, it would collapse. Under pressure, under fear, under shadow. God's not punishing you. He's protecting the legacy. You didn't come this far to have it fall apart. Psalm 84:11 says, no good thing does he withhold from those who walk uprightly. So if it feels withheld, it's not because it's not good. It's because God is making it better, stronger. Time to perfection. They're not gone. They're being softened. You're not being rejected. You're being refined. You're not being delayed. You're being aligned. If this is hitting your spirit, type, align me, Lord, in the comments right now. And don't forget to subscribe. We're not done yet. Heaven's still revealing, so stay close. What must happen next is not found in their decision. It's found in your submission to the timing, to the pruning, to the stillness, to the whisper. Sometimes we want the love so bad, we miss the reason we haven't received it. Because the version of you, God, is trying to marry off is not the version holding on to the past. It's the version who has let go completely, even of the outcome. The angels say, heaven's timing doesn't obey anxiety, it obeys alignment. And alignment only comes when peace becomes your posture. Not panic, not pressure, not performance. Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. This is your word. This is your moment. This is your pause before promise. They are the one. God confirmed it. The angels rejoiced. Your heart already knows. But heaven won't release what isn't ready, not because of punishment, but because of purpose. This isn't just a love story, it's a holy assignment, and anything God assigns, He protects, He prepares, He purifies. Your person, they're not in rebellion, they're in refinement. Their delay is not disobedience, it's detox from old patterns, from soul ties, from self-sabotage, from fear that once ruled them, and God is saying, I'm not letting them reach for you with dirty hands. They have to be washed first, not in your tears, but in His truth. You can't save them. You're not their healer. You're not their home until they learn to build a home in me. That's what heaven says, and it's hard, I know, to wait, to wonder, to trust in silence. But your waiting is worship. Your surrender is seed. Your patience is prophecy. And the angel, they're watching it all. Galatians 6:9 says, Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Don't give up. Not now. You're closer than you think. They're dreaming of you. They're fighting for you. But not in the way you imagine. They're not fighting others. They're fighting themselves. Their past, their fear, their unworthiness. And heaven is helping. That's why angels say, not yet. Not because it's not true, but because it's too important to mishandle. This isn't dating. This is destiny. This isn't casual. This is covenant. And covenant comes with a cost, a shedding, a stretching, a sacrifice. God's not being cruel. He's being careful, because He loves you both too much to let you meet in brokenness. This isn't rejection. This is restoration. In real time. On both ends. And what you don't see is what's happening in the spirit. They're changing. You're changing. And the moment you're both ready, the release will be instant. They'll know. You'll know. You won't have to ask. Because the veil will lift, and love will walk in. Type in the comments now. Lord, prepare me for covenant. Declare it, submit to it, become it. And while you're here, subscribe. Click the bell. Don't miss the next prophetic confirmation. And if this is confirming what your spirit already felt, sow into the word with a manind. Super thanks. Your support is sacred. Your faith is fuel. And now the angels say, here's what must happen next. You must stop begging for a timeline and start building your temple. You must stop checking their page and start checking your posture. You must stop fearing their silence and start honoring your stillness. Because when you shift, they'll shift. When you rise, they'll rise. When you let go, God will let loose. You are not waiting for a person. You are waiting for a moment, a divine intersection, a holy window. And when it opens, nothing will be the same. Psalm 37:7 reminds us, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Don't manipulate. Don't chase. Don't fix. Just become. Because when you become the version God is marrying off, they will appear, not late, not early, but right on time. And when they appear, you won't have to question it. There won't be confusion. There won't be chaos. There won't be that tightness in your chest that feels like survival. It will feel like surrender, like exhale, like the first day after the storm, when the sun hits your skin again. They won't rush in and ruin your peace. They'll arrive and become part of it. Because this union is not flesh meeting flesh. This is spirit recognizing spirit. This is kingdom. This is alignment. This is restoration. But before heaven allows that door to swing wide, there's one more layer God is peeling back. One more lie, he's replacing with truth. One more scar, he's going to kiss with healing. And beloved, it's not punishment, it's protection. He knows what you're carrying. He knows how deep you feel, and he's saying, I won't let you hand your heart to someone who hasn't been made ready to hold it wholly. So what is your posture now? Patience, obedience, expectancy, not obsession, not desperation, not over-explanation. You don't need to convince them. You don't need to chase the timeline. You just need to let heaven finish what it started. Philippians 1:6 again says, He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Completion. Not confusion. This isn't the end. This is the in-between. This is the pause before the promise. This is where God does his finest work, in silence, in surrender, in secret. You'll see them again, but not as they were. You'll see them transformed, humbled, soft, clear. Not because you fought for them, but because you gave them to God. And that surrender, that shift, that is what unlocks the yes from heaven. Some of you have already felt it. The dreams, the pull, the inner knowing that something is shifting, that something is almost here. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. You're discerning the ripple before the wave, and soon they'll reach out, not because you begged, but because God nudged. They'll say what needed to be said. They'll release what needed to die. They'll return, not out of guilt, but out of glory. Type in the comments now, I trust God's pause. Type it. Speak. You own it because that pause is your protection. That pause is your preparation. And soon, that pause will become your promise. Subscribe now to Sacred Encouragement, so you don't miss the next divine word. These are not just videos. These are visitations. These are blueprints. These are the whispers of heaven in your waiting room. And if your heart is burning, bless this word with a super thanks. You're not just giving, you're agreeing. So now we close with this. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. God has approved this union, but the angels say, not yet until this happens, until your peace outweighs your panic, until their healing outweighs their hurt, until the altar is built not just with love but with surrender. You will not have to force it. You will not have to figure it all out. When it's time, it will flow, it will click. It will lock into place like prophecy fulfilled. You'll both know, you'll both kneel, you'll both say, run. This is it. Amen. Now, before you leave this sacred space, like the message, comment your word of agreement. And if you feel this truth resonating in your bones, donate a super thanks and honor the message. You're not just waiting, you're preparing. You're not just hoping, you're becoming, and heaven is watching and your angels are saying, get ready. Because the yes is coming soon, and even now, as your screen dims and the noise of life tries to return, this message stays, not just in memory, but in movement. Something shifted. You feel it. You know it. Heaven has spoken. Your soul has responded. And the angels, they are now in motion, not because you begged, but because you believed, because your posture became your prayer, because your surrender became your signature, because your stillness became your strength. Listen. You didn't miss your moment. You didn't ruin anything. You didn't wait in vain. God was not silent. He was building. God was not absent. He was aligning. God was not ignoring. He was insulating you until the time was safe. And now, the clock is ticking. This isn't just about romance. This is about responsibility. This is about legacy. This is about heaven planting two people on one path for one purpose at the perfect time. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time, not in your time, not in their time, but in his own time, and his time is approaching." So don't shrink, don't spiral, don't sabotage with fear. You are chosen for this. You are prepared for this. You are anointed for this. And when the yes comes, it will be unmistakable. It will be undeniable. It will feel like everything inside you shouts, "Finally." And you won't owe anyone an explanation, because only God could have written this. So one final time, type it in the comments. God's pause is my protection. Say it out loud if you need to. Feel the weight lift. Feel the pressure fall. Feel the fire return. Because your trust is unlocking the next chapter. You are not waiting in darkness. You are waiting in light. You are not losing time. You are gaining oil. And when the bridegroom sends the moment, you'll have your lamp lit, your soul still, your heart healed, and your arms wide open. Don't forget, subscribe. To sacred encouragement now, click the bell. This season is sacred, and the next message could be your divine key. Like this video to push the word Father. Comment. A powerful word of agreement. And if this spoke to your soul, sow into the promise with a super thanks. You're not just listening, you're aligning, you're becoming, and heaven is smiling. Because the union is still coming. The promise is still alive. The release is still unfolding. But angels say, not yet until this happens. And now it is, in you, in them, in God's perfect way. And now, beloved, as your spirit exhales, as your chest loosens, as your eyes blink back the tears you didn't know were still inside. Know this, you didn't just receive words, you received strategy. You received spiritual intelligence. You received an update from the throne room. This isn't over, it's only beginning. Your angels are now working on the other side, not because you earned it, but because you believed it. And the heavens respond to belief. You are no longer waiting aimlessly. You are now waiting intentionally, with clarity, with preparation, with open hands and a ready spirit. Heaven didn't forget your union, they've just been protecting it, because what's coming is not fragile. It's not forever, not fleeting, but firm. And what God builds, He sustains. Matthew 7:25 says, "The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock." Your love will have roots, and it will not fall, break. So now you prepare. You don't wait in worry. You wait in worship. You write the vision. You clean the corners. You elevate your routine. You become the spouse you're praying for, because the moment heaven says, now, it will happen. Suddenly. And suddenly, they'll reach out. Suddenly, the veil will lift. Suddenly, you'll be face to face with the one your soul already claimed in private. It'll feel like prophecy fulfilled. It'll feel like home returning. It'll feel like God remembered. And He did. Type it now, one final time. God remembered my union. Let the angels write it in your book. Let your faith be seen. Let your spirit agree. And while your heart is tender, subscribe, turn on the bell. Don't miss the next message. These aren't just words. These are moves in the spirit. Like this video if it wrecked you. Comment your word of faith, and if this message confirmed what you felt but couldn't say. Sow into the clarity with a super thanks. Not for us, but for the God who never forgets, never withholds, never lies. He promised. He is delivering, but angels still say, not yet until this happens. And now it is happening, in you, in them, in this moment. Receive it. Rest in it. Rejoice in it. Because the yes is already moving toward you. Amen.